Hello everyone, this is Tim from rESCwatch and welcome back to a new video. We're going to discuss today the final results of Eurovision 2025, and with me I have a very special guest. You might remember him from the last video. It's Panu.
Hi, I'm back.
Hey, how are you? Are you still tired from yesterday?
I mean, I had like 5 hours of sleep, so a bit, but it's fine.
Same. Let's talk about these results. What a crazy victory for Austria yesterday.
Yeah,
For me, it didn't come as a surprise. I said this since March. I think, well, I don't have like many accounts on social media, but I've said this to friends before. I was pretty confident that it could win the jury, and it got enough televotes. This was a very open year. The votes were very split, but I always believed in JJ. I thought the staging was really clever, really artsy, really artistic. I thought his vocals were perfect, and I thought the song could connect. He didn't get 12 points in the televote from anyone, but I think that Vienna next year, well, hopefully, I love Vienna. It's one of my favorite cities. Will be a good choice, but of course we don't know yet. What do you think about it?
well, for me personally, I never really liked the song. As I told you in the predictions video, I had like hard time to connect with the song. I didn't really like the stage performance. For me, it was like too much like a theater, and yeah, I had like hard time with this one, but I had to admit that his vocals are perfect, and he absolutely deserved to win the jury. And at the end, I was glad that he won overall, um, but there is a reason for that why I think like that, and we are gonna
Exactly,
probably
and
yeah we're gonna talk
we're
about
gonna
that.
discuss that later.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that JJ is crazy talented. I think being able to hit these notes every time flawlessly, being a trained opera singer, fusing genres. I think this performance, I always say Eurovision winner has to have something epic about it, and I think the composition is very epic. So
yeah.
I'm really, really pleased that my winner has won for the third time in a row, actually. Let's see next year which one is my favorite. Yeah, so the winning score might be lower compared to other years, but it doesn't make it less impressive. So let's talk about the UK getting 0 points again in the televote. I mean, I could kind of see it because among all of the songs were trying to be really flashy. Not saying that Remember Monday were not trying to be memorable. They had good chemistry, they had fun outfits, they had staging props. They really tried. But I do think that the UK needs to go like a different route. They need to be more maybe alternative. They have a Brit rock, Brit pop scene that I would like to see like a male band maybe from them. Something that stands out a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I'm happy that they got like a good jury result. Um, but for me, this coming last in the televote wasn't really surprising. Um, I mean, at least when I was watching with my friends, um, it was more like a meme for us. So I think that was kind of like a general opinion about this entry.
Yeah.
Um, I think this performance could have been better. I was hoping for them to go with like a theater theme because I feel like that would have fit the song like really good. But I feel like that was kind of lame, even though I like the big prop, the chandelier on the stage. But yeah, I do get why this got 0 points, but it's sad to be
Mm.
honest.
It is because the UK's got 3 points from the public 3 times this decade already.
Yeah,
And the other time they got like 9 with May Muller and then a huge score with Sam Ryder, which
yeah,
was totally an exception. So I wish them all the best next year. And another country who received 0 points was Switzerland. I think this partly comes as a surprise, but not really, as it was seen as a jury song from the beginning. But rehearsals, they ignited some hopes that it would maybe come really high, even higher than it did. It came 10th place still, but didn't get any televotes. I think Switzerland did nothing wrong. I think this is a lovely song. I'm a big fan. I think they staged this really beautifully because it was simple. It was the most simple staging. They didn't have an LED backdrop, anything. I think they can just keep going with their selection. Honestly, this doesn't matter because Zoe already won, because she conquered some hearts even without points, I would say.
I mean, I was actually surprised that she got 0 points. I was expecting that this could like maybe connect it, with people, but it didn't, and I really can't understand why that happened. Of course, like maybe it was because there was other ballads, there was like other slower songs, so maybe that hurt Switzerland a bit. But yeah, I think it's always sad when a country gets 0 points, so yeah, that was sad as well.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about the fact that Germany, we got more jury points than televote points actually, by 3 points. It was pretty much even, but I didn't really expect this because, yes, I love the song, it's modern, they staged it pretty well, but people have said that Tina's vocals weren't the best, even in the jury final as well. So I was really surprised to see that we got some scores. I mean, I'm always happy to not end up bottom 5. I'm really proud of them, and yeah, I mean, a stellar result. We got more points than last year, even though the placement is lower, and we ended on the right side. I think that next year, well, we don't have to be ashamed to send a song in German anyway. Yeah, so really happy about it.
When I was like reading what people said about her vocals, I was kind of starting to be worried that Germany would end up in the bottom 5. This was one of my personal favorites, this song this year, and I wanted Germany to have like a good result, and I'm happy you got like decent amount of points and you were in the top 15. So I think that was really good. A pleasant surprise for me, especially the jury points were like pleasant surprise for me.
Yeah, positive surprise.
Yeah.
Another surprise that we could talk about is Latvia finishing on the left side and doing really well with the juries. I mean, when I saw this performance in the semi-final, I wasn't shocked that they qualified anymore. I think this was really cleverly staged. I think this was really artistic. I think this is like almost, I don't want to say a spiritual experience, but it's really unique. Like in this field, I understand, and their harmonies are probably better than Remember Mondays, and that says something, you know. So yeah, happy for them.
For me, I think this was visually the best staging we had this year, and I'm happy that they got like good result. I'm happy that jury, because I feel like jury doesn't really appreciate these type of sounds usually, but I'm happy that they did this year, and I am happy that Latvia qualified, and I hope that this will affect positively on what they send in the future in like upcoming years, next year, and hopefully we will see Latvian more in Eurovision, because Latvian is a beautiful language.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I predicted this to come like bottom 5 in the final, but I was clearly super wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. We have other countries there instead, which I also kind of saw. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Your queen, Miss Erika Wigman. She didn't even make the top 10, and she only got 108, I think, televotes. To me, this was a surprise. I voted for Erika. I think her performance gave Super Bowl interval act energy. She doesn't need anyone to fill the stage. and this song is really grand, really fun, really memorable to me. So I mean, not only did Sweden not get more than 200 televotes, but that Finland got only 100. I was really surprised during the voting sequence. But I think, just like saying with Switzerland, Finland can be really proud of what they're doing. Just keep on going with UMK because it's perfect this way, and you will get a win soon.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I have to say that I was disappointed that we didn't get top 10 because I was kind of sure of it when she was selected. I was like, okay, this is gonna be in the top 10. I am happy that she got 12 points in the jury once, because I feel like this was type of like a risky type of song for jury, and I'm happy that she got like multiple top 3 points. And I'm happy that we got still top 10 with the televote, but yeah, I mean, I think we can be proud of her. She gave an amazing performance, and I feel like that big microphone is gonna be talked about in the future as well. So yeah, I think that performance was one of the most iconic this year. And I mean, 11th place isn't bad, especially when we think about Finland in Eurovision.
Not at all.
Yeah. So yeah, I am proud of her, but at the same time, obviously, I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get the result I was hoping for.
But she's iconic, and she will forever be a fan favorite. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Moving on. Sorry. Moving on to Albania, I think many people were shocked to see that Zian was like 18th place in the jury, even though Beatrice had really beautiful vocals, and it was one of the best Albanian songs that we've ever had. Luckily, they got enough televotes to come top 10, but I think the jury sometimes with these type of songs, they should also look at the vocals. They even had interesting staging to me. So I can't really explain why entries that are less memorable or less polished as a package finished above Albania in parts.
Yeah. I personally voted for Albania. That was one of my favorite songs this year. And I'm happy that they got top 10, but I do think that they should have gotten like more jury points that they did. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Another shocker yesterday evening to me was the fact that France received only 50 televotes, especially because they sent such a huge star, just like last year. They sent Luan, and she's known in Europe at least for a couple of songs, I would say. And she had a really heartfelt, beautiful message, good staging. I think she sent notes to the commentators explaining her story, songs about being about her mom that passed away when she was still really young. And I thought this would connect more with the audience. It came really late in the running order. It was the last ballad or slower, well, apart from Albania, slower song. So yeah, I don't know why she got the same televote as Lazara, but yeah.
You know, when people were talking about who could win the whole contest, and there was a lot of discussion about Austria and Sweden, I said that I don't see Sweden winning, and I said that I think Austria might be divisive because opera isn't really an easy genre in music. And when I was asked like, who do you think is winning? I said that I think France is pulling a compromise victory. And I believe that also yesterday, and I was also shocked that she didn't get like that many televote points, especially because I feel like French ballads, like ballads sung in French, are really liked in Eurovision, like Voila, Mon Amour. So I don't really understand what happened.
Maybe Europe just got tired of France singing the same song, type of song every
Yeah,
year. Well, at
yeah,
least the last year and this year. Um, they do love to play on cliches a little bit. So maybe next year send an upbeat song. I don't know. However, a pleasant surprise to me was that Greece did really, really well.
yeah.
I think she had one of the highest views of the semifinal performances, and she got eighth place in the televote, and obviously a good jury score, because I think the song was a little bit made for the juries, and she sounded beautiful. I mean, yeah, really happy for our Latvia.
Yeah, I mean, I voted for Greece. Astramata was one of my favorite songs this year, and I was worried that she wouldn't even qualify. So this was really a nice surprise for me that she did so well. And I think this is the best result for Greece since I think 2013 or something like that. So that's really
Exactly.
good.
Yeah, but to me, surprising was that Italy was in top five even at the end of the show. It might be my personal bias that I don't really connect with the song. I mean, he put the subtitles on the performance, so that everybody else could understand what the message is, and I think it's really sweet. But I don't think necessarily this performance and this song warranted such a high score. And I think that some countries and some audiences might be biased towards Italy, and to believe that anything that they send is like, from the start, worth more because it's in Italian, because it's artistic, because it's a certain style that fits their perception of Italy. But of course, I'm not discrediting Lucio. I think he's really amazing artist. Just not my personal choice.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this, like, personally, in my personal opinion, this was the worst entry Italy has sent this decade. Um, I, I mean, I get why the tourists loved him, and I mean, with the subtitles, I think it helped also the public to understand what the song is about. But it was still surprising that Italy was in the top five. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
But I guess any time that the votes are really split, like in 2011, that Italy somehow ends up really high, there has to be a conspiracy like this. So let's talk about some last things on my list. So Sweden, I don't want to say they tanked because they came in fourth place overall, but I was surprised to see the jury rating Sweden lower, even though it's not a jury typical song. They tend to overrate Sweden, and I was thinking that maybe the televote would balance things out and they would get like more than 300 points, but not even that was the case. And I think Kai was amazing. I think the song is really catchy. I think everyone in the arena where I was watching loved it. Maybe people were just tired of Sweden winning. I cannot explain this in any other way.
Yeah, actually, one of my casual viewer friends, he said about this entry that he loves it, but he doesn't want Sweden to win, so he didn't vote for Sweden. I wouldn't say Sweden flopped, but also when we expect that they could win, they were literally first in the odds for the whole spring. I think this is like a slight flop compared to that.
I
And I
just
am,
hope that they don't go back to just sending plastic
yeah,
pop every year now.
yeah. I was surprised that only Iceland from the Nordic countries gave it like 12 points in the jury. I was kind of expecting that, for example, Finland and Norway would also give 12 points. And I was also surprised that they got low, I mean, kind of low televote score. I mean, Sweden tends to like underperform in the televote. I feel like that is like a trend we have had. So maybe that
Yeah.
that kind of happened also this year. But I mean, I think Sweden still can be proud that a song in Swedish was in the top 5.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hope to send more things in Swedish.
Yeah.
Another country that can be really, really happy about their result is Estonia, because they got their best result since 2002, I
Yeah.
believe, and came in 3rd place with Tommy Cash. I didn't expect it to be that high, but I do understand the huge televote appeal. I think it just came down to the votes being so split. Of course, I did enjoy. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy the song. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's trying to be silly. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work for me. Sometimes it works. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, for me, the performance was fun. The song is catchy, and I wasn't surprised that they got like a good televote score. But I have to say that I was surprised that also jury gave Tommy almost 100 points.
Yeah, that was really
That was surprising. But yeah, I am happy that Estonia did well. I feel like in the fandom this was kind of, I think he got a lot of like undeserved hate. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that Estonia came 3rd, and I have to kind of like point out that one of the like writers, producers in Espresso Macchiato is Finnish, so at least we had like some Finnish in the top 3.
Well, from Karja to Baby Lasagna to Tommy Cash.
Yeah.
In the top 3, how beautiful. And Joost would have been, well, I think top 5 last year, but we will never know for sure. Might have split the voting with Rintin Tagidin last year. And let's talk about the last thing on my list and the elephant in the room, our second placer, and how this came to be. I think everybody was really nervous in the final voting sequence if you didn't know how many points were still left. But as I said, I'm really glad that Austria did end up winning, and I did see it. I didn't think it was going to be less than 100 televotes, because JJ did convince some audiences for sure. It's just really sad to see that for the 2nd year in a row, fans of this contest can't really enjoy it because of mismanagement and bad decisions from the board, and that there doesn't seem to be an alternative to this current state, even though broadcasters are protesting certain countries' participation, but they haven't had any real results yet. Instead, the EBU is kind of backing said country. And there must have been some voting irregularities, not just the constant ads on YouTube and other platforms, not just calling on diaspora Zionists to vote for a certain entry, but as we have seen like last year, the same countries in Western Europe gave 12 points in the televote, overwhelmingly, making them landslide the televote this year, and luckily it didn't win thanks to fairly low jury score, 8 points more than last year, but we almost ended up in disaster. I think this would have been a dumpster fire for the EBU, and rightfully so.
You know, part of me kind of hopes that Israel would have won, because that would make EBU face the chaos it would bring. It would make EBU, like, they would have to discuss about Israel's position in this competition. Right now, the position they have is that they are
ignoring.
They are ignoring it. Israel keeps like pushing their narrative, and we will see this type of situations again and again and again. It's an endless circle, and I think that's one of the reasons why I had a feeling this morning when I woke up that I'm not sure, am I excited for next Eurovision? I'm not sure, do I want to watch it? I feel like these type of things take the fun out of this contest.
Exactly, it's really a shame. I feel myself getting year after year less enthusiastic about this passion, this hobby that I used to love so much since I was probably 13, 14 years old, for more than 10 years now. But what can I do? I mean, we can petition to the broadcast, to our broadcasters, to our politicians, but sadly, they are still on the wrong side of history, let's just say that. And without wanting to induce more negativity and worries, thank you for joining me today, Panu.
Thank you.
Thank you for discussing. Yes, you're very welcome. And see you in the next video, because we will be covering Austria 2026 more closely, I hope. And stay tuned for more uploads. Don't forget to like this video, comment what do you think about the final results, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to watch the other videos, and maybe even give Mr. Panu's channel a follow. And see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye for now.
Bye.